Regional semifinal action here on WIAA TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. My name is Jordan King, taking you through tonight's action between the Cedar Grove-Belgium Rockets and the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. Cedar Grove-Belgium comes into tonight's contest 11-12 on the season. Don't let the under 500 record mislead you too much. They are the 5 seed in this regional. It's sectional number 4. The top half of that sectional is the regional that the Vikings and the Rockets are contesting here tonight. Regional semifinal, the winner plays the winner of Sheboygan Lutheran, the number 1 team in the state by many polls, and they play Kohler over at Sheboygan Lutheran. That will likely be played at Sheboygan Lutheran tomorrow evening. There is a slight possibility, should Kohler win and the Vikings win here tonight, the Vikings would host that tomorrow evening. But again, very unlikely considering the opponents. Down at the bottom section of this regional, number 3 Howard's Grove playing number 11 Ozaki, who knocked off Living Word Lutheran in an 11-6 upset. And then down at the bottom, St. Mary's Springs Academy hosts Valders, the 7 seed, tonight up on the ledge. So once again, Sheboygan Lutheran Kohler, Cedar Grove Belgium WLA, Howard's Grove Ozaki, and then Valders at St. Mary's Springs Academy. That kind of outlines the regional, and this is a regional semifinal. The Vikings, meanwhile, come into the contest 15-10 on the season. It's a 2-game winning streak for them. They closed out the regular season with that big win over Lamira, and then an opening round win earlier this week when they took down Dodgeland with a 76-47 win. Cedar Grove Belgium in their opening contest played Random Lake, and they won 77-47. So a 30-point win for Cedar Grove Belgium, 29-point win for the Vikings, and that sets up a regional semifinal matchup here tonight between the Rockets, who hail over in the Big East Conference, same conference as Sheboygan Lutheran, and they are on the south side, so they're with Sheboygan Lutheran, Sheboygan Christian, Kohler, those teams all in the south portion of that conference, and they were 4th in that conference. I would say probably overall a little bit stronger than the Flyway. Maybe not quite the depth that the Flyway has, but the Big East has some elite teams that the Flyway maybe doesn't. The Vikings were 4th in the Flyway this year behind Campbell Sport Springs, who tied for the conference championship, and Mayville was 3rd. The Vikes coming in 4th. 2 minutes till game time. We have starters and tip coming up next. You're watching on WLA TV. Stay with us.
Academy welcomes you to this evening's WIAA Regional Basketball game between the Cedar Grove-Belgium Rockets and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Cedar Grove-Belgium High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem. It's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, for the Rockets, a 6'2" senior, number 0, Sam Piper. A 6'4" junior, number 1, Caleb Beidel. A 6'4" senior, number 4, Logan Arrowwood. A 6'2" junior, number 10, Parker Knight. And a 6'2" senior, number 30, Cole Ketterhagen. The Rockets are coached by Garrett Wimmer.
Welcome you back in here to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Jordan King with you. It's a regional semifinal between the Cedar Grove-Belgium Rockets and the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. You just heard the Cedar Grove-Belgium starters, and to remind you, number 0, Sam Pfeiffer, is a senior. He's the leading scorer for the Rockets. Number 1 is Caleb Beidel. He's a 6'4" junior on a Cedar Grove-Belgium team that is going to certainly outpace the Vikings in terms of size. Number 4 is Logan Arrowwood. He's a 6'4" senior. He's the second leading scorer and top rebounder for the Rockets. Number 10 is Parker Knight, 6'2" junior. And then 30 is Cole Ketterhagen. He's a 6'2" senior. So a lot of experience, a lot of size in the starting lineup for the Rockets. For the Vikings, it remains unchanged from the recent times. Second half of the season, it has been these 5. Ethan Cole, Aiden Barr, the 2 senior captains of this team, joined on the court by senior Jacob Tyson and a couple of sophomores. Number 14, Noah Gensler, and 12 is Sam Lair. Lair coming off a kind of a slump-busting shooting outing in the first round of the regionals. He scored 16. Ethan Cole was his usual self. He had 27 in the first round of this postseason. 18 minutes on the clock. Cedar Grove-Belgium in the road blacks, Vikings in the home whites, and the Vikes control the tap. It was Beidel who actually tapped it, but it went straight to Noah Gensler, and the Vikes have the first possession. It's Aiden Barr. Man-to-man defense for Cedar Grove-Belgium, and Barr crosses over quickly. That's a tie-up. Instead, it's a play on. That's nice defense from Logan Arrowwood. Way to reach in and get the steal. Down to the corner, here's a quick 3. This one's good. Early start from beyond the arc for Cole Ketterhagen. and he averages 6.5 points a game. He's the 4th leading scorer. And pressure for Cedar Grove-Belgium. They left Ethan Cole open, not punished for it. Offensive rebound, Jacob Tyson. He's blocked, swatted back. That's a nice play by Beidel. Right wing 3 on the way, ends up short. Offensive rebound once again. Couple of them on this possession for the Vikings. Bars open. Short corner, Gensler kicks it out. Top of the key. Second chance for Cole. This looks good, and he hit it. Ethan Cole's got his first 3 here tonight, and the Vikes tie it up. Into the front court quickly, Ketterhagen. And the cross-court pass to the leading scorer, Sam Pfeiffer. Good ball movement here early on. Peter Knight, Pfeiffer, and they're going to try to get it into the high post, working against this Viking zone. The Vikings have gotten better at playing this zone. Entry pass down underneath to Arrowwood, and the rebound to Cole after Arrowwood missed it. Nice finish. No. Thought it was going to be a good finish. Offensive rebound. Jacob Tyson looks up to Ethan Cole, finds him, who shovels it straight to Aiden Barr. Barr misses the 3, and a good rebound collected by Beidel. Furious pace here early on, and the cross over between the legs from Pfeiffer to slow things down. He's going to key up a 3 here. This is good. We've seen 3 threes hit early on, 2 of them for the Rockets, 1 for the Vikings, and it's a 6-3 lead for Cedar Grove-Belgium. 16-13 to go here in the first half. Sam Lair thought about his first triple attempt of the evening. 3 different Vikings have shot 3s. They've taken 4. Here's their 5th. It is Lair. Comes up short. Offensive rebound. The Vikings have 4 offensive rebounds. Ethan Cole hits another one. He's got all 6 for the Vikings, and it's 6-6 early on. My goodness. Shooting the lights out of the gym early on, both of these teams. Here's Pfeiffer. Back to Ketterhagen, who has the other triple for Cedar Grove-Belgium. See if the Vikings can stay in this zone that they've decided to play here early on. Ketterhagen, shot fake, kicks it over here to Pfeiffer, who's certainly looking at the hoop like he's willing to take that shot from well deep. Here's another 3. This one's good. Parker Knight. And how long can the Vikings stay in the zone is the question. With the Rockets raining in 3s. They're 3 for 3. Haven't missed yet. The Vikes have missed a couple of 3s, but they've also hit 2. Ethan Cole to the paint. Floats. Good ball movement. Sam Lair, top of the key. Oh, yes, sir. Sam Lair hits a 3 in response for the Vikings. And we have seen 6 threes rained in here at Winnebago Lutheran. Here's Ketterhagen, and the Viking fans starting to, there's a little amplitude here on the cheering. We haven't seen, you haven't heard noises like this in the WLA gym all year long. Good on the students to get into it. Here's thought that was going to be a 3. Vikes did a nice job to run him off the 3-point line, but Parker Knight hits the jumper from the mid-range, so he's got 5, and it's a 11-9 lead for Cedar Grove-Belgium. We have yet to see an empty possession. Other than the Vikings' first one of the night, where they weren't able to score. Here's another Ethan Cole 3. He's feeling it. That one misses off to the right. And a nice strong rebound underneath by Arrowwood. He averages almost 8 of those per game. He goes down the paint. Offensive foul. Ethan Cole was there. Arrowwood drove down the lane anyway. Lowered the shoulder, and it's going the other way. If there was a restricted circle, that would have been a block. If you listen to enough WLA TV, you know my thoughts on the restricted circle that should exist in high school basketball, but it helps the Vikings there. Here's Aiden Barr, gets to the high post and hits it. Aiden Barr's first 2 points. He was quiet in the scoring column earlier this week on Tuesday night, but he gets an early bucket here. Very good from that high post. Here's Ketterhagen. This 3 is strong. First 3 of the night missed by Cedar Grove-Belgium, and the Vikings have a chance to take their first lead of the night. Ethan Cole has it at about 25 feet. Gives it to Barr. Barr off of a Ethan Cole screen. Gets once again to the high post. Bounces down to Tyson. Kicks it out. Right wing 3 on the way. Ethan Cole hit it. Ethan Cole has 9 points. Are we seeing a potential Ethan Cole signature game, perhaps? We've seen him score over 30 this year. Over 40 this year. He's had 43 in a game earlier this year against Waupun. He's already got 9. 14-11 lead for the Vikings. Hot start offensively for both these teams. The Vikings stay in the zone, giving up 3s, and there's another one. Parker Knight has gotten hot here early as well. He has not missed a shot. He's 2 for 2 from 3 and has 8 points. 8 for Knight, 9 for Cole. 14-14, Vikings and Cedar Grove-Belgium going back and forth. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole, blocked by Arrowwood. Nice play underneath by the senior. Here's Arrowwood in transition. Pump fake. Dishes it down to the corner. Knight wants another one. Oh, he thought he made it, and it looked good. Just a little bit strong right there from Parker Knight. Looked good on the way. Aiden Barr gets to the free throw line. Jump stops there, turns, spins, and this one's strong. Rebound underneath by Pfeiffer, and he's going to come the other way with it for the Rockets. 14-14. And just trying to find a moment where either team could catch their breath. Good ball movement. Pfeiffer's open for three. This one misses. Aiden Barr skies for the rebound. The Vikings just banking on weathering an early storm here from three-point land. Here is Ethan Cole. That misses. Tipped out. Good battle for Jacob Tyson, and it's going to stay with the Vikings as Tyson battled three different Rockets underneath. It looked like Parker Knight, Pfeiffer, and perhaps even Ketterhagen were all underneath, and Jacob Tyson able to force them to tip it out. Here's Gensler, corner, three on the way. Aiden Barr, rattled home. Aiden Barr's got 5, and the Vikings have a 17-14 lead. The Vikes have reined in 5 threes. Cedar Grove-Belgium has made 4. 9 threes early on here, and the basket might as well be a garbage can at this point in time. Here's Pfeiffer. Top of the key, Ketterhagen. Skip pass down to Arrowwood, who kicks it out to Knight. Back to Arrowwood. That one almost banked in, but the rebound down to Gensler. Here is Ethan Cole. Between the legs, crosses. Drives baseline. Sam Lair, corner three. Good! Sam Lair's second three of the night. He's got 6. Vikes have 6 threes early on, and it's 20-14. You have got to be kidding me. What a shooting performance by both of these teams. We're barely 7 minutes into the game. We have 34 combined points. And we might be, I don't know if the scorers table's ready to keep up with this. We'll see if Coach Hack doing the scoreboard. We'll see if that scoreboard goes high enough for these two teams tonight. There's a three. That just about goes down for Sam Pfeiffer, but it doesn't. Here's Sam Lair. Shovels it back to Cole. Cross-court pass to Barr. Barr uses a Tyson screen down the lane and finishing, just curling over that front edge of the rim. Aiden Barr's got 7. The Vikes lead at 22-14. Nice little run that they're on. It's an 8-0 run. Here's Arrowwood poked out by Barr. It stays with the Rockets. Good defensive check down there for Aiden Barr to double down, and we're going to get a full timeout for the Rockets. Everyone catch your breath. What a momentous start here for the Vikings. 22-14 lead, 8-0 run that they're currently on, and it's a full timeout. We're going to take it with them, catch our breath over here, and come back. This is Viking basketball, WIAA sectional number 4 regional semifinal on WLA TV. Stay with us. Coming out of the timeout here, Coach Wimmer from Cedar Grove, Belgium, took that full timeout. And again, you got to give credit here early on here to Coach Nell and Coach Schwartz for the Vikings. I mean, I got to be honest, 4 threes early on from Cedar Grove, Belgium would have shot me out of a zone. There's no way I'd still be sitting in a zone, and the Vikings are. So credit to them for weathering that early storm. They're still giving up open looks, though, from deep. We'll see if Cedar Grove, Belgium can go back to punishing them for it. The Vikings have hit 6 threes here, 2 for Lair, 3 for Ethan Cole, and 1 for Aiden Barr. Here's a triple. Second triple for Ketterhagen, and that ends the Viking 8-0 run. Cole Ketterhagen's got 6, both of them coming from threes. So the Viking lead is back down to 5 as Aiden Barr's into the front court. Gets the handoff from Gensler, crosses once, kicks to Gensler. He wants a 3. He wants in on the action. It comes up short. Rebound by Parker Knight. Skied up with a couple of hands there and snatched it out of the air. Near side, this is Ketterhagen. Back to Knight. Ketterhagen's got 2 of the threes. Knight's got 2 of the threes. The other 3 was hit by the leading scorer, Sam Pfeiffer. Here's Aiden Barr into a passing lane. Up with the right hand and finishes at the rim. Aiden Barr's got 9 early on here. Aiden's active at both ends of the floor, engaged defensively, and looks good. Far side, down to the corner now with Pfeiffer. Here's Knight. Looks to the high post. Arrowwood, that's stolen. Ethan Cole into a passing lane. He's running the break. Jacob Tyson down the right side. Floats it up, misses. Oh, tipped in. Ethan Cole has 11. Offensive rebound and points all in one for Ethan there as he's got 11. Vikings have dominated the offensive glass tonight so far. They've got to have 5 or 6 offensive boards. Here's a Pfeiffer 3 from the corner. He hit it. Second 3 for Sam Pfeiffer. Both teams have now hit 6 triples, and it's back to a 3-point, check that, 6-point Viking lead. Here's Sam Lair. Shot fake on the left wing. Drives to the middle of the paint. Kicks it top of the key, Ethan Cole. Thinking about the 3, rips through. Now to Gensler. Gensler drives, kicks it back out to Cole. He loves the left wing 3 when he give it to him. Yes, sir. Ethan Cole has 14. Vikings 29-20. 9-point lead restored with 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Ketterhagen. Yes, jokingly walked by Ethan Cole before the game, and I said, I'll let you come up and do a post-game interview if you score 40. And he just chuckled. And Ethan would never ruin an offense to try to push the tempo. There's a 3 that's missed by Knight. Offensive rebound tipped out by Pfeiffer. Out to Arrowwood. Good ball movement. Ends up with Pfeiffer in the corner. He made it happen. He misses the 3. Rebound far side, Sam Lair. But Ethan Cole looks like a man on a mission. He doesn't want to lose his last game here at WLA. Oh, another 3 for Ethan Cole. It looks good. He hit another one. Ethan Cole's got 5 threes early on, and he's got 17 points. 32-20. We've barely played 10.5 minutes. Here's Knight. Another 3 on the way. This one misses. That was Ketterhagen. The Vikings running away with this one for the time being. I have it at an 18-6 run right now for the Vikes. Here's Sam Lair. He wants the 3. He hits the 3. Sam Lair's got 3 threes. He's got 9. And they're on fire. Threes raining in from everywhere for the Vikings. Their program record was set earlier this year with 18 team threes. They're well on their way to that and surpassing that in a big way tonight. 35-20. Here's Pfeiffer. Kicks it far side. Arrowwood, shot fake. Gets to the middle of the paint, shovels it back to Ketterhagen. He gives it to the corner. Another 3 from Pfeiffer. Just hit one from over there. That one clanks off the back iron. And rebound secured by Gensler. He shovels it to Cole. Cole into the front court. Down to the corner. Here's Aiden Barr. Barr to Lair. Back to Cole. Cole shot fake. Between the legs. Step back. That was a heat check. He thought he might have made it too. Offensive rebound, fought for, and Jacob Tyson wins more possession for the Vikings. Jacob Tyson is an animal on the glass and has earned yet another possession here for the Vikings, who lead it by 15. It was tied up 14-14 at one point in time. It's a 21-6 run for the Vikings. Here's Noah Walta. He just came in. Noah Walta, nice to the hoop. And it's not a triple, but it's points for the Vikes as they lead by 17, just like that. Seems like it was just a couple minutes ago this game was tied. Vikes lead it now by a big number. Here's Pfeiffer. Near side into the game is Tanner Kettenhoven. He's occupying the left wing currently. Here's Pfeiffer. A little shimmy through the lane. Gets it back from Kettenhoven, pardon me. I'm going to try to get those straight between Ketterhagen and Kettenhoven. Here's Pfeiffer. Down to the corner. Here's a corner 3. This looks good. It's long, though, from Matt Pfeiffer. Here is Noah Walta running the floor well. Had it knocked out of his hands. I don't think he realized he could have secured that coming down to the floor. I think he thought it might have been a travel. Got knocked out of his hands, but nonetheless comes back the other way. Here's Kettenhoven. Near side Pfeiffer. Sam Pfeiffer is 0. Matt Pfeiffer is 2. Arrowwood. Here's a corner 3 on the way. This misses off to the right. That was Mason Navis. who's into the game as well. So a couple of subs in for Cedar Grove-Belgium. Here is Noah Walta for three in the corner. That's a flat shot. Might have been affected there and might have been tipped on the shot. Jacob Tyson able to stop Arrowwood, who kicks it out. Kettenhoven, this one misses. And a rebound for Noah Walta. Shovels it to Aiden Barr, as we've seen the biggest drought in scoring that we've seen all night. And that's ended by Aiden Barr, who now has 11. 17 for Cole, 11 for Aiden Barr, and 9 for Sam Lair here tonight. The Vikings lead it now by 19. They've almost doubled up the Rockets. Down the lane goes Pfeiffer. Nice defense by Noah Walta, and the rebound secured by who else but Ethan Cole. Cole crosses into the front court. Spin cycle down to the corner. And a travel. Ethan Cole couldn't believe it. I can't either. That's looks like 2 steps and then hung in the air. Weird time to call it as well. It was a late whistle, so. Into the front court here comes Cole Ketter-Hagen. He's back into the game for the Rockets. He came in for Sam Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer off to a 6-point start here in the first half for the Rockets. Averages 21 a night, so that is a slow start by his standards. First time the Vikings have played someone with a duo that score like Pfeiffer and Arrowwood do. There's a foul on Jacob Tyson, a little too aggressive out on the perimeter. And that's just the second foul tonight. We've played 15 minutes or just short of that, 14 minutes. And we've only seen 2 fouls, the first on the Vikings being committed 14 minutes here into the first half. So Vikings playing nice defense. Well, I have gotten better. Certainly, early on, the Vikes had to weather the storm as Chop Simmons will come in. But can't argue with the results the last couple of minutes for the Vikes. Near side, this is Knight. Down to the corner, Pfeiffer, back out to Knight. Nice entry pass there to Beidel. Ends up with Pfeiffer. Corner 3 on the way. Rattled home for Sam Pfeiffer. He's got 9. I'll tell you what, Sam Pfeiffer has had a couple that have looked a lot prettier than that have not fallen tonight. So I guess that's the law of averages a little bit. Working out there for Sam Pfeiffer. Here's Sam Lair. Kicks it out. Right wing 3 this time, Ethan Cole. That one misses well short. And the rebound down to Caleb Beidel. Into the front court, Pfeiffer has it once again. Knight back to Pfeiffer. Down to the corner. Here's Arrowwood. Driving on Simmons. Hangs in the air and finishes. That's a nice take by Logan Arrowwood. And it's taken him almost the entire first half to get going. He averages 17 points a game, just short of that, 16-9 a game. And he, again, almost took the entire first half to get going. Ew! Was that a 2? Just a 2. I was just going to say a 3 for Aiden Barr, but instead it's a 2 for Aiden Barr as he had his foot on the line. So Barr has to settle for a 13-point first half so far, and there's a Logan Arrowwood 3. Have you seen shooting like this? Is this an NBA game? You gotta be kidding me. These guys can't miss. Down the lane goes Noah Walta. That's a man's take to the hoop, and it won't fall for him. Rebound down there with Pfeiffer. He's into the front court. Dangerous scorer for the Rockets. Nice defense by Noah Walta to get him to retreat. There's Knight. Thought he hit it. Kind of had the shooter's hand in the cookie jar there as he trotted back. Offensive rebound to Sam Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer, just like that, is into double figures. This is a 10-3 run. Oh, Sam Lair hits his 4th 3 of the night. He's got a dozen. And that, I think it was a 10-3 run that just stopped. Beidel misses the free throw line jumper. Skying for the rebound is Ethan Cole. He's into the front court. 14-point lead for the Vikings. It was briefly a 19-point lead just a little while ago. Aiden Barr, spin cycle in the middle of the paint. Hangs, can't hit it. Rebound to Beidel. Outlet pass to Pfeiffer. And the Rockets coming back the other way with a chance to cut into a 14-point Viking lead. They had it down to 11 just a moment ago before Sam Lair promptly put it back to 14 with one shot from the top of the key. Beidel looks underneath to Arrowwood, and Arrowwood was fouled on the floor. Chop Simmons, that's all things considered, that's probably a pretty good decision from Chop there to bump Arrowwood, who was no doubt going to score had he gotten past Chop Simmons. So the first foul on Simmons, second team foul for the Vikings, who lead it by 14 with 1 minute and 7 seconds left here in the first half. Vikings are on pace for eclipsing. This is the Vikings' pace. They would love to play up here. They average 70-plus points a game. Here's a three, and Knight hit another one. Parker Knight has 11. 3 threes and a 2 for Knight, 3 threes and a 2 for Sam Pfeiffer, and they have 22 of the 33 for the Rockets to keep them in it. Here is Aiden Barr. Bad pass is stolen away, and that is Knight, who's had a huge impact on this first half. He averages 10 points a game. He's already at 11. Far side, Appenwood thought about the three, down to Beidel, who hangs, recollects, and finishes. Caleb Beidel, that's a double clutch finish for him. And it's back within 10. It's a 9-point Viking lead, just like that. The Rockets have chipped away and erased 10 of the 19-point deficit that they faced just a little while ago. 15 seconds left. Aiden Barr and the Vikings trying to get one shot here and take a double-digit lead into the halftime locker room. Here on the near side is Ethan Cole. Right side wing, between the legs. Down the lane he goes, hangs up with the right hand. How does he make it? That's going to take us to halftime. Ethan Cole with the finish at the buzzer. He has 19 first half points, and the Vikings lead by 7. 46-35 at the halftime break. My goodness, what a performance by the Vikings. We're going to take a timeout. May have Lindsay Nell from the girls basketball team joining us in just a couple of minutes. We'll see. But it's a 46-35 lead for the Vikes thus far. Stay with us. If you like offense, you don't touch that YouTube dial. Stay with us. Welcome back here to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Jordan King with you here. The Vikings, my goodness, they hit 10 first half threes. Cedar Grove-Belgium hit 9 first half threes, and that's how you end up with a 46-35 scoreline. Joining us now, coincidentally, Coach Nell's daughter and one of the stars for the Viking girls basketball team, Lindsay Nell, joining us for a few minutes here at halftime. First of all, you guys would never allow this defensively on the girls' side, right? Like you guys would stop this if it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. First of all, congratulations on the season.
Thank you.
Great season for the Vikings. I know it ended a little bit before you guys would have wanted it to. Springs loses last night to Laconia. Just talk about how tough the competition is. I mean, the Flyway is a good conference on the girls' side.
Yeah. So we got a tough competition this year in the Flyway. Laconia, Springs, some really good teams, and we put up a good fight against them. We have a young team, so yeah, we'll be ready for them next year.
Just talk about that. I mean, you guys got a young team. Laconia's got a young team. Springs. How fun is it to kind of, you kind of have these rivalries that you kind of grow up with, and every year it's like you got that same person that you're matched up against. How fun is that to kind of have those rivalries kind of bud throughout a 4-year career?
Yeah, for sure. I know Laconia is only losing a couple players this year. They got a really young team. Those freshmen, I know those girls real well. They'll be a really tough team coming up here. And Springs has got some young girls too, and we know some of those girls too. It's going to be a fun couple years coming up here.
Talk about a couple of players that are coming back for you. Yourself, Abby Cole. We'll get to Abby in just a second, but first, how good of leaders are Siri Kuski and Kiara Shea in that junior class?
Yeah, they're really fun to play with. They're really good leaders. They always are telling us what to do. They've a lot of experience. Kira's been playing since she was a freshman, Siri since last year, so they're pretty good leaders, and yeah, it's really fun to play with them.
Now, you've had games where you just fill it up and you score all sorts of points, but what's it like when you have a teammate doing what Abby was doing? I mean, she scores 33 in that regional semifinal against Springs. What's that like when you got a classmate of yours and then just a teammate going off like that?
Yeah, I was really happy for that. Abby in that game, she really went off, and I was really happy for her because, I don't know, I wasn't doing my best, and I was just really happy for her that she could be playing really good. It was really fun.
So what's next for you? Spring sport or volleyball in the fall? What's next for you?
Yeah, spring sport. I'll be playing softball.
All right. So the Vikings always got a good softball team. Kiara Shea, she's a good softball player too.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, bunts her way for home runs.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Good player there. Lindsay, thanks for taking out a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And if you have any tips, now's the time to go tell the
I know.
boys team how to. Tell Dad, how do you
Yeah.
fix this? No. Appreciate you taking out a few minutes and joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. That's Lindsay Nell, one of the stars for the girls basketball team this year. And, I would say just having watched the girls team this year, very good defensively and generally did not give up many 35-point first halves. Although I suppose they probably did once or twice. Maybe that New Holstein game might have been. Maybe. Who knows? The Vikings here lead it by 11. It's 46-35. 5 first-half threes for Ethan Cole, 4 for Sam Lair, 1 for Aiden Barr. Those the 10 for the Vikings. We've seen 19 drop tonight, 9 of them for Cedar Grove-Belgium. 3 for Pfeiffer, 1 for Logan Arrowwood. Parker Knight hit 3 of them, and then Cole Ketterhagen had 2. So full scoring here tonight. 2 points for Caleb Beitel of the Rockets. Logan Arrowwood has 5. 6 points for Cole Ketterhagen, who hit, as I mentioned, 2 of those threes. And then with 11 points apiece, you have Sam Pfeiffer and Parker Knight for the Rockets. For the Vikings, 4 players have scored. So just 5 players have scored for the Rockets. Only 4 have scored for the Vikings. 2 points for Noah Walta off the bench. Sam Lair has 4 threes to score 12 points. 13 points for Aiden Barr, and then the leading scorer and game high currently is Ethan Cole, and he has 19. 46-35. We're going to rest the vocal cords here for the last 3.5 minutes of this halftime intermission and come back. Second half of action, a trip to the regional final and potentially the number 1 team in the state waiting for you tomorrow night if you win this one. Hope you'll join us. Second half of action on the way. Both teams' final encouragement and directions from their coaching staffs. And we're just about ready to play the second half, first half in which 19 threes were made between the two teams, 10 for WLA, 9 for Cedar Grove-Belgium. And you have players who have scored 19, 13, 12, 11, 11 here tonight with both of the teams. 19 for Ethan Cole, 11 for Aiden Barr, or 13 for Aiden Barr, 12 for Sam Lair, and 11 each for Sam Pfeiffer and Parker Knight. And Knight will be the one to trigger it in here for the Rockets. Let's hope this second half was as fun as the first half, and if it is, put your seatbelts on. Vikes are going to stay in this 1-2-2 zone. Quickly down into Beitel. He misses a chipper there, chip shot right at the rim. Missed it short. No look pass up ahead from Barr, and it's going to be a block. He got it down to Jacob Tyson, and there was a little bit of indecision. Maybe that would be a charge, but instead, Cole Ketterhagen picks up the first foul here of the second half. A first half that had very, very few fouls. Inbound here to Noah Gensler. Gensler thought there was a little contact there, certainly not enough to warrant a whistle. And the Vikings are empty on their first possession. Did not see many possessions that went like that, especially back-to-back in that first half. So maybe a different tone here in the second half. Down to Ketterhagen in the corner. Knight around, ends up with Arrowwood. Misses that one. And the rebound on the near side is Noah Gensler. Here's that was Aiden Barr, who has it back top of the key. Barr, shimmy, crosses over, lost control. There's a turnover. Parker Knight into the front court. Able to cut off Jacob Tyson. Arrowwood kicks it out. Pfeiffer back to Arrowwood. Already missed a three. Down to Beitel. He missed one from there, but not this time. Beitel has 4. First 2 points here in the second half go to the Rockets to make it a 9-point game. Here's Aiden Barr. One-hand pass to the near side. Gensler drives the paint up with the right hand and does not finish. Blocked by Beitel. And an inbound underneath for the Vikings. It'll be Aiden Barr, who has thrown in for the Vikes all year long. And he looks top of the key, Sam Lair. Popping to the top of the key was Ethan Cole. Cole looking to eclipse the 20-point mark, and he'll try to do that from the free throw line. Strong take from him, and I believe it was Beitel that got him on the drive during the shot, so it'll be 2 for Ethan Cole. Well, sometimes you know when your last game's going to be. Sometimes you don't. A little easier for us broadcasters here on WLA TV. This will be it tonight. First free throw good for Ethan Cole. He has hit 20. We thought, even last year we didn't know when our last game was on WLA TV. Second free throw good for Ethan Cole. Scam maybe is too strong of a word, but certainly robbed the girls' team was last year of a home game in the sectional semifinal. I'd use the word scam, but it's probably too strong to be politically correct. Down the lane goes Beitel, kicks it to the corner. Here's a 3 on the way. Pfeiffer hit it. Pfeiffer, his first triple of the second half, and he has 14. Nice shot by him. He loves that in the corner. Already hit 3 of them from that spot tonight. 8-point lead for the Vikings. Here's Aiden Barr. Gets to the middle of the paint, kicks it, top of the key 3, on the way. Sam Lair looks good, oh my goodness. Came up just short, thought it was going to rattle home. Jacob Tyson, good hustle, but can't collect an offensive rebound, and Pfeiffer into the front court for the Rockets. Here's Knight. Vikes staying in the zone. Ketterhagen, I don't think the limit exists. If you've given up 10 threes and are still staying in the zone, I think you're married to it. Down the lane goes Appenwood, and he was fouled. Arrowwood, pardon me. First on Aiden Barr. Barr has dealt with some foul trouble this season. Here's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, long distance 3. This comes up short. Long rebound, though. Beitel has it, takes it to the rim. Missed a chipper. And underneath, Ethan Cole fought for the rebound. Viking fans don't like it. There was no box out there from, well, you can't say he pushed it when he's got 2 hands on the basketball, but that was the whistle. Really wasn't a block out either. But the first foul for Ethan Cole. Second foul, 2 apiece here in this second half for these teams. That 3 was just deep from Parker Knight, who has hit 3 of them already this evening. Rebound, and the Vikings into the front court. Ethan Cole hit on that three, fought for, and it's going to go back the other way. Gensler can't believe it. Cole kind of looked back, and you could see it on the near side. He got his hand hit on that three attempt. Again, I don't think enough there to warrant a whistle. That would have been a free throw attempt. There's Pfeiffer goes baseline, could not find a teammate when he was hung in the air, and instead finds Sam Lair. Here's a corner three on the way. Gensler, that rims around and out. Offensive rebound once again. Tyson finds Gensler. Oh, he thought he should dribble it, and he should have indeed. He knew it right away, too. He thought about putting it on the floor and for some reason did not. And a couple of mental errors for the Vikings have cost them a couple of buckets. Skip pass down to Pfeiffer. Kicks it out to Knight. Knight back to Pfeiffer. Back to Knight. It's really smart to have those two on the same side of the floor because the Vikings have to sag off of one of them. And they've hit 7 threes combined. There's Jacob Tyson flying on the floor once again. He's been all over the place tonight for the Vikings. High energy player and made a huge difference on the defensive side of the floor. Has not yet scored. Had his fair share of chances. Here is Pfeiffer, who has it once again. This is Ketterhagen. Pfeiffer, bounce pass to Knight. Knight's going to trigger up a corner three. That misses. And a strong rebound on the near side, Ethan Cole. Cole still averaging 13.6 boards per game. That mark was good for first in the flyway, and he's good at that too. Takes it to the rim, and he's got 23 now. Down the lane goes Pfeiffer, and he's fouled. Jacob Tyson with a wry smile on his face did not think there was enough contact. And we have starting to see the tale of two halves here from an officiating standpoint, letting a lot of physicality in the first half and now trying to tighten things up here in the second. Here's Ketterhagen. Far side Knight. Knight now has it once again. Tries to lob it underneath to Arrowwood, who kicks it back out to Knight. Sam Lair almost in a passing lane, and it was last touched by Ketter. Oh, Ketterhagen knew he touched it last because he was chasing it out of bounds, and they still whistled it Rocket ball. I think the conventional wisdom tells you, why would Ketterhagen be chasing that if he didn't think he touched it last? Nonetheless, it gives another possession to the Rockets. Short corner. This is deep from Pfeiffer. 10-point lead for the Vikings and a chance to extend on that. Between the legs, crossing over is Ethan Cole. Ends up here left wing with Sam Lair. Lair back to Cole. Cole working on Arrowwood. Spins once, kicks it out. Gensler, oh, his eyes got a little big there as he was open for a three. Lost control. Handles collected, though, by someone who could nickname handles, Aiden Barr. Nice bounce pass underneath Noah Gensler's first points of the night come here in the second half, and it builds the Viking lead back to a dozen. Here is Knight. Arrowwood was cutting, wanted it underneath. The skip pass. Instead, Knight goes to Pfeiffer. Back to Knight. Good patience by Cedar Grove-Belgium. Here's a three, and that's why. Third three of the night for Cole Ketterhagen. He's got 9, and it's a 9-point Viking lead. Just as the Vikings look like they want to push it back out to 15-point range. A three-pointer coming back the other way. This one is short from Aiden Barr. Offensive rebound. Sam Lair, corner three. This comes off to the right. Defensive rebound with Arrowwood. He gets it up to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer working on Barr. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. That's a nice finish by Arrowwood. And a quick timeout there from Cedar Grove-Belgium. It's full. We're going to take it with them. It's a 7-point lead for the Vikings. An early run here in the second half from Cedar Grove-Belgium has cut into what was a 12-point halftime lead for the Vikes, and now is just a 7-point lead. 14 points for Sam Pfeiffer, and a nice start to the second half for Logan Arrowwood. He's already up to 7 points now on the night, and the lead for the Vikes is 7. Back with more after this. Hope you'll stay with us on WIAA TV. That was a timeout from Cedar Grove-Belgium. Coach Wimmer taking that full timeout. And again, the Vikings staying in the zone. It's now 11 threes that have been hit by Cedar Grove-Belgium. Here's Noah Gensler. He's going to trigger up a three. This looks good, but it's deep. Jacob Tyson, the only Viking yet fighting for offensive rebounds. Here's Arrowwood. Hesitation move. Euro step through the paint. Finish. No. Rim's out. How did that pop out of the rim? Looked like it was down. Instead, a rebound for Gensler. Leaves for Cole. Cole down the lane with head of steam. And on the floor is where that foul was started, they'll say. It's going to be the third team foul for the Rockets. We'll see who they get. Number 4, Arrowwood. That's number 2 on him. A little bit of a limp there for Ethan Cole coming out of that play. Here's Sam Lair, got free. Popping to the top of the key is Cole, finding Aiden Barr. Barr, jab step down the lane, up with the right hand. Count the basket. That's a big play by Aiden Barr, who hung in the air and finished at the rim through the contact, and he's going to the line. 9-point lead for the Vikings, restored by Aiden Barr, and he can make it double figures again at the line. Just the second trip of the line for the Vikings. Cedar Grove-Belgium does not yet have a free throw attempt. Vikings are 2 for 3 after Barr misses that one. Aiden Barr now has 15 points for the Vikes. Here's Ketterhagen. Far side Pfeiffer is going to slow things down dramatically, quite frankly, to the pace that we've seen earlier. Again, Cedar Grove-Belgium averages 57.9 points per game. They're going to eclipse that, should eclipse it tonight. Off balance, and there's a foul on a three-point attempt. Noah Gensler was out of control closing out, and Cole Ketterhagen is going to head to the free throw line for 3. Not a ton of contact, but Ketterhagen was already off balance. And the little bump from Gensler was enough to force him over almost. Didn't actually fall over, but certainly lost his balance going backwards. 1 for 2 so far, and he'll have his third one to cut this down to a 7-point game once again. And he'll do that. So Ketterhagen now has 11. He is the 4th Rocket into double figures. Here's Sam Lair. Lair finds Ethan Cole. Cole hasn't hit a 3 yet in this second half. He hit 5 of them in the first half. He's going to key one up here. Comes up well short. Offensive rebound tipped around. Oh, ends up with Arrowwood. Arrowwood chased down the defensive board. Euro step through the paint. Left it short once again. Has it tipped around, and Jacob Tyson saves it for the Vikings. Here comes Ethan Cole up ahead to Aiden Barr. Oh, Cole threw his head in the back as soon as he let go of the pass. If he was throwing it to himself or perhaps Noah Gensler, that's a completed pass. But just a little too tall there for Aiden Barr. And a chance once again, down 7, to really cut into this lead for the Rockets, who have had this opportunity a couple of times tonight and haven't been able to capitalize on it. They've had some layups at the rim, a couple by Arrowwood that haven't gone. Here is Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looks to Arrowwood. Back out to Pfeiffer. Left wing, no. Going to pump fake, now fading away. I think he was trying to initiate some contact with Sam Pfeiffer there, and none was coming. And so he left it well short on the air ball. Crossing over behind the back is Aiden Barr. One-hand pass to Gensler, far side. Coming off of a screen, Ethan Cole. Cole guarded by Arrowwood. He's got 2, got to be a little bit careful. Ethan Cole's going to go right back at him. Spin cycle, kicks it back out. Aiden Barr between the circles, crosses once, now crosses again, uses a Cole screen. Oh, high off the backboard. What a finish by Aiden Barr, who has 17 for the Vikes, and the lead is once again 9. Pfeiffer into the front court, bounces down to Knight. Thought about the 3, now back out to Pfeiffer. Good ball movement. Continues for the Rockets, as well it should. They haven't been able to find Beitel at the high post. He continues to work. Here is Knight, open for 3 in the left corner. He hit another one. Parker Knight's 4th 3 of the night, and the lead is 6 for the Vikings. Cedar Grove-Belgium just chipping back away at this one. 14 for Knight. He joins Pfeiffer as team-high joint top scorer. Aiden Barr's going to wave off the screen from Jacob Tyson, run a 2-man game with Ethan Cole. Arrowwood fights through the screen. Cole, head fake from about 35 feet, kicks it down to the corner. Gensler didn't want to shoot it. Cole wants the left wing three. This one misses. Good box out there from Knight. And Ketterhagen is into the front court for the Rockets. Quickly into Beidel. Looks to the corner. That's a good look. Paint touch, and then the three. Oh, just a little bit off there for Sam Pfeiffer. And a timeout for Coach Nell. Just a 30-second timeout. They'll get Noah Walta into the game and just slow things down just a little bit here in the second half. 8:51 to go. Just about we're into the final quarter of the game here. If the WIAA was still doing quarters, which seems like common sense, but we're doing halves. That's okay. That's all right. 56-50. The Vikings lead it. They had a 12-point lead at halftime. That's been cut in half here in the first 9 minutes of the second half. Cole only has 4 points in the second half. He's been buoyed a little bit. 5 points for Aiden Barr in the second half as well. The Vikings have not been tremendous offensively, certainly have not gotten the threes to fall. They had 10 in the first half and are still sitting at 10 3-pointers on the night. So still looking for that first second half three for the Vikes. 6-point lead for them. Aiden Barr into the front court after the timeout. He goes down the paint, turns, floats it from the mid-range, missed it. Offensive rebound once again, Jacob Tyson. Foul! And the ball and the basket. Jacob Tyson. Didn't think they were going to get that foul. It was a light call, but it did. There was contact to the head of Jacob Tyson, the back of the head on Parker Knight. His first foul, 5th team on Cedar Grove-Belgium. And Tyson heads to the free throw line. He's not a terrific free throw shooter, but makes this one on the season. Jacob Tyson shoots it under 60%, 58.8. But that time makes his first attempt here tonight. Arrowwood, Pfeiffer, Knight, good ball movement. Ends up with the right wing three. Good, Ketterhagen. Cole Ketterhagen is up to 14 points. There are 3 Rockets now with 14 tonight. Pfeiffer, Knight, and Ketterhagen. Oh, and what a response by Ethan Cole. That's his 6th 3 tonight. He's got 26. Far side Knight, top of the key Pfeiffer. Back to Knight. Under 8 minutes to play. What an entertaining high school basketball game. 9-point lead for the Vikings. Down the lane, Arrowwood, who missed that one short again, and he was a little frustrated with that one. Kind of volleyball spiked it out of bounds there. But the foul was early and on the floor, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. There's the silver lining there for Arrowwood, who catches this inbounds pass from Knight. Knight runs off of a screen. Gets it back here to Pfeiffer. Tell you what, Ketterhagen's already hit a couple of threes here in the second half, and the Vikings have left him open. He's open again here in the corner. Instead, a shot fake back out to Pfeiffer. Good patience. High post, Arrowwood knifes down the lane, and Arrowwood's got 9 now. Arrowwood would be I'll check that, just a 4th. I think I mistakenly said there was 4 in double figures earlier for Cedar Grove-Belgium. Just 3 in double figures, but they all have 14. Aiden Barr is going to slow things down a little bit here for the Vikings as Gensler heads back to the scorer's table to check back in for the Vikes. Down the lane goes Barr. Looked like he might have traveled. Walta able to get it back to Barr before he travels, and it ends up with Ethan Cole. Cole with the head of steam down the paint, and they're going to say this was on the floor as well. So it'll be Aiden Barr to inbound it for the Vikings. We'll see who Gensler checks in here for. Might be a quick substitution for Jacob Tyson or Sam Lair, perhaps. Yeah, Noah Walta going to take a seat. And going back to the starting lineup, our coaches Nell and Schwartz going back to that starting lineup. Viking lead is currently 7. Here's Sam Lair off the bounce, down the paint. That's a strong take by Sam Lair. That's something he really has just added to his game this year. Doesn't do it a ton, but when Lair's aggressive, I think he's a better player. He's got 14 points tonight. He and Cole have combined for 40. 17 points added for Aiden Barr. That's 57 if you're doing the math at home. Down the lane goes Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer has another bucket. He's got 16. So 57 combined for the big 3 here tonight. Down the lane, nice pass to Ethan Cole. That came from Noah Gensler, and Ethan Cole has 28 points here tonight. Back and forth we go once again. It's the Rockets' turn. Can Ketterhagen hit a three? No, he shot fake, top of the key, Knight. Good ball movement. Here's Pfeiffer, left wing. Top of the key between the circles, down to Arrowwood. Arrowwood knifes past Ethan Cole. Good recovery by Ethan Cole. Here's Pfeiffer. Good patience by the Rockets. Pfeiffer has it now once again, left wing. Cutting through is Ketterhagen. Knight now gives it to him and gets it back from him. Skip pass. Oh, Arrowwood thought it was for him. Ends up with Arrowwood in the corner. Skip pass to Knight. Extra pass to the corner. Pfeiffer with three. This one misses. Good rebound by Jacob Tyson. Nice box on Caleb Beitel. And the Vikings have a chance to make it double digits again. They've weathered this early first half or second half storm by the Rockets. Aiden Barr, a couple of between the legs crossovers, and uses a Jacob Tyson screen to get free. Here goes Aiden Barr down the paint. Lost control. That was poked out, I believe, by Ketterhagen. And Ketterhagen has it here. Oh, that was a three. Oh, timeout first. I thought they were calling a foul there on a moving screen. There was no one. I was going to say there was no one there to screen, but it kind of looked like it. It was going to be a foul call. It was a timeout instead. It's full. We're going to take it with them. The Vikings have a 9-point lead, 66-57, 28 points for Ethan Cole. Stay with us. Playoff action on WLA TV. There's the first horn. Take this opportunity to tell you that if the Vikings are able to hold on to the current scoreline, they lead it by 9. I was promised a dual post-game interview from Sam Lair and Ethan Cole. They promised me before the game, I said, if you guys score a combined 50, well, they got to get to 50 combined. That's what I told them. That was my motivation for them. Maybe a bad idea. Don't tell Coach Nell. It's worked, though. It's worked. They have 42 combined here tonight. Here is a Ketterhagen three. He stepped into it and hit his 5th three of the night. What a shot by the senior. 17 points for him. He cuts the lead back down to 6. Here's Sam Lair. Thought about the three. Now trying to find a teammate. It's Gensler in the corner. Top of the key between the circles is Sam Lair. Lair's going to drive once again. Kicks it to Gensler. Gensler gets to the middle of the paint. Can he find Jacob Tyson? He can. Tyson through the contact. Oh, that was a hard foul. Pfeiffer was making sure there was no bucket there. That's just a good hard foul. Despite what some of the motions you might be seeing in the student section, there was a suggestion there that could be a intentional foul. No way. Nothing flagrant about it. At least not in my opinion. Maybe in today's basketball climate, you see that get called a flagrant foul in some way, but you just want to make sure the other guy doesn't score, right? Send him to a free throw line, make it a tough. 12 feet's certainly harder than 2. So, and there you go. 1 for 2 from the line for Jacob Tyson. That's right about at his season average, and the Viking lead is 7. Ketterhagen has been the best Rocket here in the second half. Arrowwood could make claim to that as well. He has the ball in the corner here. Going to drive on Ethan Cole. Battles through some contact. Good ball movement. Knight has it top of the key. Back over here, this is Pfeiffer. Top of the key, Knight. Arrowwood flashed free there. Knight couldn't find him. Knight has it once again. Down to the corner, good ball movement. And Beitel has been very quiet here tonight, but that's he now has 6. He only averages 2.5 points a game, but is a key cog, especially against this Viking zone. He's worked in the middle of it all day, had to keeping the Vikings honest, really. Down the lane goes Aiden Barr, trying to get Ethan Cole free. Cole's been a cheat code a lot of times this season when the game gets tight. It's a 5-point lead for the Vikings now. Cole's setting up space for a Jacob Tyson screen. He denies it. Goes to the corner. Aiden Barr, 3 on the way. This comes up short. Tipped up by Jacob Tyson. Tipped around by Arrowwood. Diving is Ethan Cole. Arrowwood ends up with it. Can he find a teammate? There is Beidel underneath, and he traveled with it. Good defensive possession by the Vikings. I believe it was Jacob Tyson who just went screaming at Beidel, and it forced the turnover. 5-point lead for the Vikes. Aiden Barr's going to dribble it over to Marty Nell. Now, sometimes when you dribble over there, you get a timeout. I'm sorry, I don't want to reopen any fresh wounds if there's anyone in the Hortonville area watching tonight's broadcast, but usually that's what happens when you dribble over by the coach. 30-second timeout. We will stay right here. I mean, you take a look at, obviously Ethan Cole's been in, as he has so often, been in a league of his own to a certain extent. He's got 28 points. But try to find a player of the game otherwise. You got 17 for Cole Ketterhagen. You got 17 for Aiden Barr. You got 16 for Sam Pfeiffer. 14 for Sam Lair for the Vikings, and then Parker Knight also has 14 for the. I mean, you look around, as the individual performances tonight have been something else. Like I said at halftime, if you like offensive basketball, this is the game for you. My goodness. And to be honest, they're not putting up 100 points. There's been enough decent defense played. I'm not going to say there's a ton of good defense being played out there. Sam Lair. Pfeiffer thought he was going to get the block. Instead, it was the body. Pfeiffer jumped so high. I think he almost went into Sam's shoulder. Sam's kind of reaching his shoulder, stretching his shoulder out like he took a knock there, and it would have been like the knee from Pfeiffer. He jumped so high. Here's Sam Lair. This one comes up short, rattles then off the back rim and misses. The Vikings now are 4 for 7 from the line. So have left some points there. Second free throw for Sam is good. And Lair now is up to 15 points. 68-62, 6-point lead for the Vikings. This is Knight. Hands off to Arrowwood. Backdoor cut by Pfeiffer. Arrowwood almost lost it. Getting on the floor was Ethan Cole. Oh, Beidel threw that one to Sam Lair. Lair has it in the corner. They're going to get a foul. Beidel thought he tied it up. I don't necessarily disagree with him. Looked like Beidel might have had a case there. And I think Coach Wimmer is just trying to calm his team down just a little bit. That's the second foul on Beidel. There's always a lot of contact in those scrums in the corner. You can probably always get a foul call. This will be the only opportunity in the single bonus for the Vikings, and the front end is hit by Sam Lair. Those front ends are so important when you get into postseason basketball. The Vikings now 6 of 9 from the free throw line, and the second coming from Lair. Lair's 3 for 4. The Vikings have hit 70% from the line. I'd say that's pretty good for a postseason ball game. 8-point lead for the Vikings, 2:44. It's crunch time here. Leading scorer for the Rockets down lane. Pfeiffer up with the right hand. Count the basket and the foul. That's a take. That is a veteran take by Sam Pfeiffer. Cuts it back to 6. Pfeiffer's got 18. That's now the top mark for anyone on Cedar Grove-Belgium's roster. And Pfeiffer makes the free throw. So he's got 19 points now. 3-point play for him. Cuts this back down to 5. Aiden Barr in the corner. Flashing free is Gensler. Barr says, no, I want to take it alone. He's guarded by Pfeiffer. Not really trying to steal the ball necessarily, just trying to take some time up in the backcourt. Behind the back dribble. Aiden Barr gets out of the two-man trap. Oh, left wing 3 looked so good for Sam Lair. He just pump faked it. That's a foul, and Sam Lair is going to go double bonus to the free throw line. Parker Knight got him on the reach. He's shaking his head, but there's a lot of contact there. You can't reach in and then get him with the body as well. That's the third on Parker Knight. First free throw from Sam comes up short. Lair shoots it at a 57.9% clip. For the Vikings, when it gets into free throw time, you're looking for Ethan Cole, Aiden Barr, and Noah Gensler. They all shoot north of 70% from the free throw line, which quite frankly is a little unusual at the high school level. Lair is now 50% from the line for tonight, 3 for 6, and an empty trip for the Vikings. They lost a game earlier this season at Kiel where they had a 7-point lead in the final minute. They missed a couple of front ends in that one, and an empty trip here. Vikings going into man-to-man. All right, interesting here. Coach Nell going man, trying to run people off of three-point lines, no doubt about it. Here's Arrowwood taking Cole. Tough pass handled by Knight. Down to Beidel. Beidel finds Arrowwood. Arrowwood on the drive. Goes against Cole. Offensive foul. That was sold a little bit probably by Ethan Cole. He got position, it certainly looked like, and Arrowwood had one thing on his mind, and that was getting to the block. That's the 4th foul on Arrowwood. Should we get to a point where that becomes important, Ethan Cole wants a timeout, and Coach Nell is going to be granted a timeout. It's a full timeout. That was a big possession, and I asked the question after about 2 minutes of this game, does the limit exist for threes hit against the zone? I don't think it was getting shot out of the zone necessarily tonight. I think it was just we're going to stick to what we think is our best chance defensively, which was the zone. And then late here, you're only up 5. A three-pointer really changes the complexion of this game. So I think that's why you saw Coach Nell go into the man-to-man defense there late. And then just try to run guys off of three-point lines and make things difficult in that way. Ethan Cole is a bucket away from eclipsing 30 for what seems like, well, it seems like he does it just about every night. He's had 40-point outings. I thought this might be another one of those. He had 19 in the first half, just has the 9 points here in the second half, but still has the game-high mark by 9. The second highest scorer for either team tonight is Pfeiffer. Gensler gets it into Aiden Barr. Barr is not the one you want to foul. Top free throw shooter for the Vikings this season, 76.6%. He's guarded by Pfeiffer. Should the Vikings pass it to Sam Lair or Jacob Tyson, these are the guys you want to foul. Lair gives it to Ethan Cole. Cole down the lane. Oh, there was some contact there. Late whistle. And Cole's going to head to the free throw line. Didn't know if they were going to miss that. Offensive rebound was collected by Jacob Tyson anyway. That's Knight's 4th foul as well. So a couple of Rockets now have 4. And Ethan Cole's got a chance to go over 30 points at the line. And he fights through the opposing student section shouting his name. And it's a 6-point Viking lead. Can the Vikings make their free throws and salt this away? Punch a ticket to a regional final, which there was a point in the season where you thought, I don't know about that. They fought through it, fought through some shooting slumps. They stay in man-to-man. Here's Arrowwood finding Beidel on the far side going up against Ethan Cole. That one crawls over the front edge of the rim, and Beidel now has a quiet 8 here tonight. In the corner, this is Aiden Barr. Barr is guarded by Pfeiffer. Got to dribble away from the potential trap. He's able to do so into the front court. 4-point Viking lead. Behind the back dribble, now between the legs. Crossing over. Into the middle of the paint goes Aiden Barr. Barr wants to get fouled, and he is. He's fouled by Cole Ketterhagen, and that is 2 on him. The Rockets that can't foul are Parker Knight and Logan Arrowwood. They both have 4. Jim's starting to get loud here at the free throw line. It's not going to affect Aiden Barr. He was 0 for 1 here tonight, but as I mentioned, shoots at nearly 77% on the season. 5-point Viking lead. Second free throw coming here for Aiden. Barr hits both of them, and the Vikings have a 6-point lead. Catching it, Ketterhagen gets to the right wing, guarded by Sam Lair. Top of the key, Parker Knight. Shot fake, goes around Gensler, kicks it out to Arrowwood. Back over to Ketterhagen. Step back, around a screen. Vikings, if nothing else, forcing Cedar Grove-Belgium to take quite a bit of time. That's tipped off of Arrowwood last. That's got to go Viking ball, and it is. Ethan Cole got into a passing lane, and it went off of Arrowwood's fingertips last. Cole hit it, and then it went off of Arrowwood. Yeah, that's a good job to get together and make the right call. It's a difficult call to make with the two different players touching the basketball in quick succession. There's a foul from Arrowwood, and that's going to do it for him. I'll tell you what, Arrowwood going to leave this game with 9 points, and just a very impactful senior for this Rockets squad. Very impressive. One of the leaders of this team. You could just tell that when they stepped on the floor, Logan Arrowwood. And had himself a nice night. First free throw for Ethan Cole misses. He started 3 for 3 tonight, missed his last 2. If he hits this one, he'll eclipse the 30-point mark yet again this season. He's done it quite a bit. And Cole makes it. So Cole is 4 for 6 from the line. Viking lead stands at 7. Rockets got to go quick. Backdoor cut. Kicked out. This is Ketterhagen. Vikings cannot foul on a 3. That would be something that really changes momentum. Pfeiffer, step back, fadeaway. Quickly shoveling it to Cole is Lair, and Cole's going to head back to the free throw line. And they're starting to get a feel that the Vikings might have done just enough here tonight. Ketterhagen, his 3rd personal. Pfeiffer with a tough step back there. The Vikings have done a nice job in the second half just trying to make him uncomfortable. And that just tells you what kind of scorer he is, because he's still able to carve out a 19-point night tonight. Ethan Cole makes the front end here of the, well, it's double bonus now, so didn't have to earn it, but still hit the front end. And he's got 31. 32 now for Ethan Cole as he drains both of them. The lead back up to 9 for the Vikings. Pfeiffer on the left side, crosses bar once. Hands, no, he's going to keep it. Pfeiffer step back, top of the key. Ketterhagen, that's a tough 3. That comes up short. Ethan Cole down with the rebound. And the Rockets are going to let Ethan Cole dribble into the front court and dribble this out. The Vikings have won a regional semifinal here tonight at home, and they will go probably to Sheboygan Lutheran tomorrow to play for a regional championship. What a performance by the Vikes. And for the first time this season, the atmosphere really, it felt like a big game. And these students, credit to them, credit to the crowd to galvanize this team down the stretch to finish out this 67-76 win over the Cedar Grove-Belgium Rockets. I'll tell you what, Cedar Grove-Belgium came into this game 11-12 on this. They're going to finish 11-13. But come on now. That's a quality basketball team the Vikings just beat. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that's a good basketball team. You talk about Pfeiffer and Parker Knight, Cole Ketterhagen, Logan Arrowwood, Caleb Beidel had a nice night for the Rockets as well. We're going to effort after they're done singing the alma mater to get both Sam Lair and Ethan Cole up here. And we'll get you a post-game interview, as our last game here on WLA TV was no doubt a good one. 76-67. The girls finished out their WLA TV season with the win against Valders. And here tonight, who knows what the Vikings do tomorrow. They're going to probably travel to Sheboygan Lutheran, the number 1 team in the state, a team that went 19-0 in conference, a team that has eclipsed 100 points numerous times this season. It's going to be a tough one for the Vikes tomorrow. But you just say to yourself, why don't you let's just get there. So we'll see if we can get Ethan Cole and Sam Lair up here in tandem and give you some post-game thoughts. Once again, final numbers here. Ethan Cole had 32 points tonight. I had Aiden Barr for 19. 17 for Sam Lair. Just a terrific output for the Vikings. So we'll see who Coach Nell sends up to us. I see Aiden Barr climbing the steps. I see Sam Lair climbing the steps. I think they're probably headed our way, so we'll get them set up here. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
We'll start with Aiden here.
Okay.
And now I got to yell at Sam when we get to Sam, because I said 50 with you and Ethan combined. You come up 49. Close. We'll get there. First of all, guys, congratulations. It's a big win for you guys. You could tell it with the reactions. First of all, talk about the crowd tonight, because this is the best atmosphere. You know, you go through COVID, you go through everyone in the building having a mask on. The atmosphere was not the same. Is this the loudest you've heard it in here post-COVID?
For sure. It's amazing hearing the electricity that comes from the fans at all times. I know for a lot of us, this is our first time having a crowd like this. It's a whole nother experience.
Talking to Aiden Barr, Aiden had 19 tonight, got in the paint. Have you seen that many threes go down? I think at halftime you had 10, they had 9. 19 threes rained in the first half. You guys stuck with the zone, and you were able to make it work.
Yeah, it's really down to this practice, you know. In game, we take shot after shot. It's always full mentality, always give it 100%, and that translates to the game, you know.
I always say that when I'm talking about Aiden Barr, I'm talking about there's no one better at getting to the middle of the paint. And when you have shooters around you, you got Sam, you have Noah, you have Ethan, you can hit the threes. But when you get to the middle of the paint, what's your mindset?
Well, my mindset is always make the right decision. You know, as the point guard, the coach entrusts me to make the right decision. And with shooters like Sam, Noah Gensler, Noah Walter, Ethan Cole, it's really easy because no matter who I pass to, they're going to make the right decision too. So it really eases the mind, you know. So
this is a good Cedar Grove-Belgium team. They were under 500 coming into this game, but you see why. They play in a tough conference. You know, you could see, I don't know where the other scores have come in yet. You could play Sheboygan Lutheran tomorrow. You know it's going to be tough. What's the mentality?
Defense first, offense second, you know. They're really good offensively as well. And if we bring the defense, the offense is going to fall into place.
Aiden, once again, thanks for stepping up here with us.
Thank you for having me.
You can hand that off to Sam Lair. Thanks, Aiden. I think I just called him Ethan. I apologize. Sam Lair joining us now, and Sam, we won't mince words. Middle of the season, there was a point there where it seemed like no matter how hard you shot the ball, it came up 2 inches short. Mm-hmm. What have these last 3 games been like to finally see some of those threes falling again?
Well, yeah, I started off better, and I've been in a slump for a long time, so it felt good to finally see the ball go in the hoop.
How much is it just getting the first one to fall? Because, that's 2 games in a row now. Your first 3 attempt has gone down.
Yeah, I just got to see the first one, then it gives me the confidence to shoot more.
Talk about Aiden. It seems like down the stretch here, I don't know what it is. It seems like down the stretch, he's just been a different animal. He's coming to work every day, and he's got the eye of the tiger. He just seems like a different player down the stretch.
Yeah, the kid puts in so much work. He's always after practice working on his game. And if the end of the game situation, we trust him to make free throws. We trust him to make the right decision. And he's our go-to guy. 17
points for you. Talk about the decision. You guys stayed in the zone.
Yep.
They hit the 14 threes. You guys stuck with it. Late in the game, you guys went man. Mm-hmm. Just talk about the defensive intensity. A lot of people think a zone is a zone's for the teams that want to be lazy. That wasn't lazy for you guys. You guys were sprinting around. Talk about the defensive performance tonight.
Yeah, well, we came out in the zone, and they were hitting threes, but we wanted to stay with it. Going to man at the end, a couple of big charges from Ethan, huge swings for us. And, yeah, just playing intense the whole game, getting hands up on their shooters, knowing where they are at all times. That's pretty much it.
So 32 for Ethan tonight. Are you going to give him a little grief? I mean, Abby had his little sister Abby had 33. No, great performance from him. Great performance from you. Great performance from the whole team tonight to carve out a 76-67 lead. Sam, thanks for joining us this postgame.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. There you go. That's Sam Lair joining us here after the game. My goodness, what a performance by the Vikings. They welcome in a tough Cedar Grove-Belgium squad to their home court tonight and still able to find a way to come out with a 76-67 9-point win. As Sam mentioned, a couple of big free throws from Ethan Cole to close it out, ice that game away at the end of it all. What a performance by these Vikings. Gritty is one word that comes to mind. But over the course of this season, there's been a couple of inflection points where the Vikings could have had a season go south. Early in the season, they dropped 3 in a row, including a big loss to Springs, huge loss to Amro, who turned out maybe to not quite be the team we thought they were going to be preseason. And the Vikings turned it back around, turned it into a 6-game winning streak. Then late in the season, the Vikings went through another little lull, and since then, now on a 3-game winning streak and looking the best they have all season, certainly from a shooting standpoint. Shooting comes and goes, though. What is the Vikings' response if they don't fall? Well, hopefully we don't have to find out what that response would have to be. I want to thank you for joining us all season long. I think about going back to November, just before Thanksgiving break, when we did our first broadcast for the basketball season. I go back to early September when we had our first volleyball broadcast here on WIAA TV. Tonight, this will be our last broadcast of the 2021-2022 school season. Haven't found a way to do baseball, softball, or soccer yet. So they're going on the road. I want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Certainly thank you. You see the sponsors that have made the stream possible. Every game up on the scrolling at the top right corner. Want to thank them, but certainly want to thank the coaches and the teams and Mr. Bendix for allowing me to do this for the second year running. Once again, congratulations to the Vikings. They move on to the regional final. That'll be contested tomorrow. And once again, I would expect that to be played at Sheboygan Lutheran. You can go to WIAAWI.org to figure out, find that bracket and confirm that for yourself. 32 for Ethan Cole, 19 for Aiden Barr, 17 for Sam Lair. The big three that led the Vikings here tonight. They won it 76-67. Jordan King, for the last time in the 2021-2022 school year, saying so long and good night. This has been Vikings Sports on WIAA TV.